Hey guys, what is going on? Is XCKJ here today. We're going to be talking about point tanks. Who are the big point tanks? What is your job on the team? How do you make the biggest impact on your team? So I want to jump into all that right now. But before we do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, helps grow the channel, and I appreciate it a ton. Also, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to go and leave a follow at twitch.tv/XCKJ. But let's get right into the video. So, who are the three big point tanks right now? The first one is Barik, second is Inara, and the third is Terminous. These are the 3 point tanks that we're going to be talking about. I think that they do point tanking the best. There are some other point tanks that you can kind of have considered. There is Rom. You can sort of play Atlas as a point tank. You could sort of play Half Shell Makoa, maybe. No, I don't even think so. I think that's pretty trash. These 3 are pretty much the main point tanks. Some people play Ashe as a point tank. I just don't see enough sustain. There's not enough sustain in Khan's build even to make him into a point tank. But with those things being said, those are the 3 point tanks that we're going to be talking about today. So first, what is your job on the team? Your job is to create a line of scrimmage. So you want to hold certain choke points in the main area where the main choke points that are going on. Your off tank is going to be holding like flank routes and different things like that. And you as the point tank, you're going to be trying to hold the main choke. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Fish Market, I think, is a great example of how to hold main choke points and exactly what your main job is on the team. And then we'll go into more specifics. So, for instance, what should you be doing first, second, third, in this order of things that are going to be happening. So, let's say, for instance, you guys just won a big team fight, right? So let's say that you felt like there wasn't a lot of damage coming out and you were able to stay alive on the point. Your entire team is alive. So you were right here on the point, right? And you guys just want to fight. So there's only like 1 or 2 of them left alive. And you have maybe 4 people still alive on your team, including the healer. So what you're going to do is you're going to move from here and go right here. Hold this choke point right here. And what your off tank should do at this point is probably want to come somewhere around here, just so that way you can't get flanked around. So you're going to be standing right here, though, as the point tank. Your healer will then stand on the point right here, and your damages will be somewhere like here and here. Their damages being your damage and your flank. I don't think that in this scenario, unless your flank is going to demount if they're playing, yeah, it could definitely go up and demount, but you really shouldn't be trying to push up too much. You just have such an advantageous position from here. But for the main part, you're going to be holding this choke. And the reason why you're going to do that is, let's say, for instance, you decide, oh, I'm not going to do any of this, right? And we just won the fight. I'm just going to stand right here and let my flank just run up here and just demount everybody over there, right? So he demounts. He either makes it out alive or he doesn't make it out alive. But eventually, they're just going to get to walk straight back onto the point. If you guys fight right here, and then your healer's just standing on the point right back here, even if your healer's not able to kill you, with your sustain that you have as a point tank, you're going to be able to stay alive for a decent amount of time, and then eventually fall back if you need, or even die up there as long as you cap the point. I mean, you guys can make another push as a team once you guys cap the point. So as long as you cap the point, if you guys all die in the process of capping the point, you guys still cap the point, and then you have your amount of time that you want to push in the cart. So it doesn't have to be like, okay, we stayed alive. Now, if you do stay alive, that's great, because your healer could literally just cap the point and start pushing. You're holding the line of scrimmage right here. Hopefully you guys win or just hold it. You can push the cart all the way up to like right here or something, you know? That's amazing. But with that being said, that's like the main way of what you're going to be doing playing point tank. You guys probably understand that concept already if you've been playing the game for any amount of time. Now is moving into a more kind of, not controversial, but a little bit more decision making goes into things. That is a very obvious thing. You win the fight, you create a line of scrimmage somewhere, and every single map has a choke point somewhere that you can hold. So Fish Market is just a very obvious one. You're able to like just really hold people here using your abilities and whatnot type of things. Now, let's say you're both starting, so you're 0-0 or 1-1, whatever you want to say you are, and you guys are going to be fighting over the point. So the main thing that you want to do is, I see so many point tanks, what they do is they go straight to the point and then they sit on the point until they die. Even if their entire team dies, whatever happens, they just stand on the point, and yeah, they just die right on the point. It sucks. It's not helpful to the team. It doesn't give your team an advantage. So something that point tanks are scared to do is give up like 30% charge on the point. But if you're going to be able to kill the entire team, or if you're going to be able to get like 2 picks from you, just instead of going right here and going with your team, you guys just say, okay, let's just do a flank to the left, right? You guys are in this spawn over here. Let's do a flank to the left. So you guys and your entire team, you come take high ground right here, and you're able to get a pick on their not their healer, but their flank, and then you're able to come along their back high ground area and get picks from there, right? And meanwhile, their point tank is standing on the point. This entire time, their point tank is standing on the point, and they're just standing there. They're literally doing nothing, not helping the fight at all. And meanwhile, you are able to use your shields, you're able to just use your sustain and your zoning tools that you have as a point tank to help your team get these kills super easy. For instance, Barik can do a crap ton of damage. Inara does so much damage, not to mention she's got her wall to help people not be able to retreat or help your team stay alive. She's got the flower so that people can't run away as easily. And we'll have to use their movement abilities, because I'm guessing you're going to be playing Mother's Grace if you're playing point tank. So with these things, well, somebody just like drove past my house and just ripped it. I lost my train of thought. You're going to be able to really give your team an advantage, while their team is just, they literally are wasting one of their strongest, healthiest units just standing on the point capping, and they're like, all right, I guess I'm getting free cap, so it's worth it. Then let's say you guys get a pick here, and then you take their high ground, they all retreat, so it's a 4v5 now, right? And then you push their damages back, or you force them onto the point. They're all grouped up together on the point. That's even worse for them. You guys are going to be able to just annihilate them at that point. Let's say that you push their damages back. They fall back, right? Then you got their point tank all alone. You just turn on the point tank, kill them. It's just that simple. You take over the point, and then your healer stands on there, and you guys just push right up. So that's just like some simple things that you can be doing. Another way that you can do it is literally, this is not a bad strategy to try right here. So that's one way you could try to get some cheese, get a free kill, do things like that. Another thing that you can do here is you come off the point, or you come out of your start, you go straight to the point. You go to the point, they go to the point. Your healer standing probably somewhere like here, maybe up here, maybe even over here. So your healer's alive, you got your off tank's holding like here or here, your flanks are running down, you guys are just fighting. The only problem that I have with this is that you're putting so much, unless you're going to be able to kill the point tank, which I doubt you're going to be able to do. Like, you guys are just going to be whacking each other, and neither of you guys are going to die. You're just going to be shooting each other for no reason, but at least nobody's gaining any percent charge rate. Maybe you can force them off, get a couple ticks, but for the most part, the problem I have with this is that you, as a player, are not going to be really contributing to the main fighting that's going on, unless you notice, let's say, that their healer just is really bad at positioning and is going to be chilling out like behind this box right here. If that's what's happening, then by all means just go to the point and then try to get a pick on the healer, because you kill the healer and the rest of your team can just slow push into them and just outlast them because your healer's left alive. So if the team is playing well, the other team's playing well, and their healer's really good, or whatever is happening, you're going to have a hard time just going to the point. You're going to be very reliant on your team carrying you. But if you decide, okay, I'm going to go down, hold a flank, push into the enemy team's back line, and do something like that, you're going... And don't push by yourself, by the way, of course. You know, you want to push with the team. If you guys do something like that, you're going to be able to... I feel like you're going to be able to carry the team much harder than if you just are playing point tank, go stand on the point right here, which is another thing that I feel like a lot of people miss out on, which is why they feel like point tank is like, oh, it's boring or whatever. It's because you're literally, of course it's boring. All you're doing is standing here, you're sitting here, you're poking into the enemy team, and it's an Inara versus Barik, and Barik has got his turrets that are going to keep him alive forever. He has as much as a Grok totem heal. I don't know anymore, but he used to have as much as Grok totem heal when he had both of his turrets out. Plus, he's playing like Arca Transformers, freaking reduced cooldown with his max health totem. He's healing up the freaking things. You can't even kill the turrets. And then you're playing Inara over here. You got Mother's Grace up, and the second Mother's Grace goes down, you just throw up a wall and put down your flower on the ground so they can't get around it. And then both of them go back down, you throw out Mother's Grace again. You just rinse and repeat and do that over and over again. You're just literally hiding. They're hiding. Nobody's going to get anywhere. And that's why people just don't do that well. Or find point tank more boring than it actually is. But the main thing that I think that you should be thinking when you are playing point tank is, okay, how am I going to make the biggest impact on my team in every single game you play? So whether you go to the point to try to get a pick on the healer, or even if it's a damage is coming on the point, you understand what I'm saying. If you go to the point to be able to get a pick, if you try to flank around to be able to get a pick, making sure that your entire team is positioning well. You can easily be calling out shot calls from playing point tank. You can kind of see things going on. If you're playing Barik, you could play so aggressively with the amount of movement that he has, which is why he's one of my favorite point tanks right now. He is my favorite point tank right now. Okay, so we went over positioning and how we want to go about positioning. Now I want to talk about ulting and how we want to be using our ults, what we want to use our ults for, and things of that nature. Because I see point tanks holding their ults until the end of the world. And sure, I understand why. You charge your ult slower than anybody else in the entire game. The only person who uses their ults kind of weird is maybe Terminous. And I see a lot of Terminuses whiffing their ult, including myself. It just always feels so hard to ult with Terminous, because you want to have an impactful ult, but I think hopefully I'll be able to help you guys narrow it down a little bit more. So I'm playing Barik, right? And I know that she has her ult too, and I don't even care about her ult. So I poke her, I wait for her Mother's Grace to go up, then the second it goes down, I just push super hard into her and drop down my ult right on top of her. Even if she ults at this point, I'm protected by this dome. And so I'm looking for advantageous positions like this. I'm not trying to get triple kills with my ult. I'm just trying to get an easy pick that my life is not at risk. My teammates' lives aren't at risk. I'm not trying to look for that crazy triple kill ult. And the second I drop down my ult, they're going to have to fall back off the point. And then at this point, I can zone them off. So let's say she falls back to like right here, and then maybe her healer is still right on top of her, because her healer doesn't want to fall back all the way here, or else she's not going to be able to heal anybody else, because she's going to have this gigantic thing in front of her. So either her two options are the healer stays here, or the healer is going to push back all the way to here. You're just looking for picks on people other than the point tank. I hope that, even though I feel like I'm kind of rambling about a lot of stuff, but I hope that this is helping you kind of understand you're going for picks on people other than the point tank, so that way your entire team can turn on the point tank and melt them. It's going to be so hard to kill. Unless you're playing against like a Barik, and the Barik is out of position. A Terminous is hard to kill. Inara is hard to kill. And even a Barik with both of his turrets up, and if his shield's still up, and with his dash and everything, he's super hard to lock down. And it's just, usually it's just a gigantic waste of time to be putting that much ammo into a tank. Now, looking at, let's say if you were the Inara on this team, right? And you know that the Barik has his ult. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not even going to come to the point and contest a point. There's legitimately no reason for me to contest this point, because I know that the Barik is going to win it. So what I do is, I am the Inara. I don't even come and contest a point. I just give it to Barik, because I know he's going to have it. And then what I do is, I tell my team, let's do a left flank, let's do a right flank, and flank all the way around, and just spike the ground. We'll just push super hard, come here, and drop our ult on the healer, the damage, whoever the heck it is, whoever the heck we find caught out back here. Get a solo kill. It doesn't matter. As long as you get a kill and get out, your team is now at the advantage. Barik, you then come to the point, your entire team just gets into position however they want to do, and it's a 4v5. So Barik comes down, drops his ult, you give him the ground, you move back to over here, then his ult goes away, and you just walk right back onto the point. And you have the numbers advantage. Maybe your flank was demounting people as they were coming back because you got the pick first. You see how I'm kind of saying you should be playing point tank? You're looking for picks on squishies and just making it super easy for your team to be able to do it. Then, of course, you win the fight, and right the second you win the fight, bam, you just come right here, hold this line of scrimmage, your team just sets up, easy. Healer stands on the point, GG, boys. So I hope that was somewhat helpful to you guys. I'm going to be uploading a part 2 to this video tomorrow, so if you guys are watching this on May 18th, then tomorrow, May 19th, I'll have another video of me actually playing a few point tanks, gameplay of how to actually use this in real game experiences. But for now, I think that this video is long enough. I don't want it to be like a 30-minute long video or anything. So if you guys are watching this past and the video is already uploaded, I'll have that in the end cards, so you guys could just click part 2 to this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did watch it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.